So on Liberation Day, when Donald Trump announced his global tariffs, uh, he said it was because all of the other countries of the world have been ripping off the United States for decades. We had massive trade deficits with all of these other countries. They've been ripping us off. They they buy less from us than we buy from them, and which that's not always a bad thing. I heard one commentator say, "Yeah, I have a trade deficit with my grocery store. I go there every week and I buy things, and my grocery store never buys things from me." Anyway, so earlier this week, Donald Trump announced that he's made this amazing trade deal with the UK. And that was part of his initial thing. Slapped a 10% tariff on everything coming from the UK. And this is the first trade deal that he's announced. Here's the kicker: the UK is one of the few countries with whom we did not have a trade deficit. Before Donald Trump's tariffs, we had a trade surplus with the UK of about $12 billion a year, which meant that they bought $12 billion a year worth of stuff from us than we bought from them. We had a $12 billion surplus with the UK. So there was absolutely no objective, rational reason to tariff them at all. But Donald Trump did it anyway. So now they've put tariffs on our stuff. And that $12 billion trade surplus that we had with the UK is probably going to evaporate under Donald Trump. He took the one major country on the planet with whom we had a several $billion trade surplus and wrecked that too for no logical, rational reason at all. None. Zip. Zero. Nada. He just torpedoed it because he doesn't understand anything about the world economy. He doesn't know what he's doing. He just knows that, before the Civil War, when America was great, when we were slaughtering tens of millions of Native Americans and stealing their land and forcing Africans into chattel slavery, and when women couldn't participate in the political process at all or have jobs or bank accounts, everything ran on tariffs because we didn't have a national income tax. And that's when America was great. Pre-Civil War. Yeah. Cool. The one major nation that we had a several $billion trade surplus with, and Trump fucked that up too, for no apparent reason at all. Anyway, it's about 6:30 p.m. On Friday, and the weekend is here. I'm sure you can tell from the ambient light that it's a beautiful sunny evening here in the North Bay. We had a high of over 80 degrees here today, which anything above 78 I find to be distasteful, but it was nice. It was a beautiful spring day. I live in the Bay Area because I don't like heat. But, what are you going to do? So I hope everybody has an absolutely amazing, fun, and safe weekend. All right? It's Mother's Day. So, be nice to your mother unless there's, generational trauma and she's a narcissist with bipolar disorder. Then, whatever you got to do to get by. All right. Have an amazing weekend, everybody.